Hey everybody, Tom Barnes, Stories from the 78. Today, I welcome a Colombian sensation, Gusi, a five-time Latin Grammy nominated artist coming to Chicago at Martyrs at the end of March. I welcome now to the program. How you doing, man?
Good, and you? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it very much. Where am I talking to you from today?
Well, I'm here in Santa Marta, Colombia,
Oh man.
and well, we are going to the tour in the US next 14th of March. It starts, and then I'm gonna be there in Chicago too. But the first meeting will be in Miami. So
Well, you're starting off with a slow launch because I mean you're out in Colombia, so it's warm right now, right? It's
yeah,
your summer.
I'm at the sea. Yeah,
Yeah, not our summer here just yet. It's cold. So starting off in Miami's good just because it'll get you that
yeah,
nice soft landing
yeah,
before you
yeah,
make your way. You're going to be here in Chicago on March 26th, which
yeah.
is still going to be a little cold, my friend. You all right for that?
Yeah, I'm ready. Always ready.
So American audiences might know the collaboration you did with American Idol alum Scotty McCreery, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Like four
now
years
you're
ago.
what? Say again.
Like 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yes, right. 2 years ago. But you're five-time Grammy nominated. You have a new album that's coming out, correct? Like in April?
Yeah, 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 in April 23rd.
And that's what this tour is about. But the album specifically, I think is very interesting because you have taken different genres of like the Colombian culture, the tropical, the vibe, all of it. But there's all these different subgenres within, like American music is so many different things. I
Yeah,
imagine the same thing for Colombia music or Mexican music or, Russian music. There's all these different levels to the music from countries. And your album, you really wanted to highlight at least 12 of them, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Here in Colombia, we have the vallenato. It's like for you, the country, I don't know, the country music. For us, is vallenato with accordion and some typical instruments, percussion instruments. And I have 12 of the most popular singers and artists from this genre, and this album is like my first time uh, getting involved with this genre, and I'm so happy to have 12 of those. Too many artists from the vallenato,
Hmm.
and yeah, yeah. The tour is a little bit before of this. The tour is it's about the last album that it's called Monte Adentro, the one that I produced with Emilio Estefan last year. Uh, and this Vallenato album is gonna be uh, my first experience with 12 of those uh, big stars of Vallenato music.
So, for those who might not know your music before this, could you describe a little bit of what you did as the sensation coming out of Colombia?
Latin music, Vallenato, but mixed with pop music and also the cumbia. We are known for the
Ooh,
cumbia here.
yeah, you
Uh,
are. I love some cumbia
and
music.
yeah, I like to do some bachata and some merengue, and that's my music. I think I write songs uh, that have love lyrics,
Hmm.
and yeah, very. You have to dance and understand the words, and you have to be there to get involved with my music. So that's why I'm going to Chicago very soon, and I want to share all this music and all the my songs with all the crowd.
And you'll heat it up in Martyrs when you get here for sure, just to warm up the room, make that nice tropical vibe. But when you did these 12 different artists, I imagine that was it hard for you, or was it inspiring, or was it like a learning thing? How describe like that process, because that's like
Yeah,
12 different learning 12 different things, even though you might have known about it, but to be
yeah,
on an album with somebody 12 different times, 12 different artists, 12 different personalities, I imagine it's a little tough.
yeah. I had to write a song for everyone,
Hmm.
so I actually had a lot of work knowing what they are, what they sing, the tone of their songs, the topic of their songs, and then I have to write to to have my inspiration, but knowing that he was going to, he or she are going to sing the song and to have like an equal side of each one, no?
Sure.
And that's the concept of the album. And then just playing with the rhythms. No, the vallenato had too many rhythms, and I had to choose too many because the album had to be sold, had to be fun to listen to dance, to dedicate the songs, and that's what I did. And now it's a reality. Now it's coming next month, and I'm so happy to have this kind of work in my career. Yeah,
Vallenato, is that how you say it?
vallenato. Yeah,
Oh man, Vallenato.
vallenato.
I'm trying. My mom would be disappointed in my Spanish right now. Vallenato Social Club is the album that you're
Yeah,
speaking
Vallenato
of.
Social Club.
So when you're putting these, you were just talking about the different artists and their personalities, and you got to think about how they sing it and all that stuff. When you're putting this together, do you ever? This sounds weird, but do you ever do a little dance like when you're singing? Like, are you sitting there going like, "Wait a minute, I got this thing," like it makes me want to do what I can't dance, but like, I imagine you can dance. I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you like feel it like that? I'm like not to make I'm not making fun at all, but like because do you feel that music just kind of take you and then I'm like I got to write this down. I got to remember how this made me feel. I want people to do this when they hear this part of the song.
Yeah, when we are in the studio and dancing and imagine what's going to be the song with that guy or that girl. So we start to feel the song, and we start to move our shoulders, and then we stand up and we dance and we imagine. That's what we do when we create something, when we have the creativity there at that place. So I just think that it's the ingredient
Mm-hmm.
that with the movement, with the emotion of doing songs, create songs at the studio, producing the songs, and obviously the dance thing is it's important for us.
Was there any surprises along the way when you were recording these songs with certain
Yeah,
artists where you're like, I didn't know that I didn't know about that genre of music, or I didn't know that this would make me feel like this. I can't believe this, like, was there any of that fun stuff that just kind of came up as you guys were going about recording the album?
yeah, and actually also because we are recording this to have a like a documentary.
Hmm.
So it's really hard to have the schedule at the same time. So at the beginning it was a little bit frustrating, but then we when we get there at the studio, different cities, Barranquilla, Bogotá, Medellin, Valledupar, different cities, different ambience, weather. So we have to be there, and the emotion just explodes. So for us was a very good experience to be there at the studio and yeah, just see that moment when the song just take life. No,
Hmm. That's amazing. I didn't know that you went to different recording. I thought people were coming to you. You were going all over.
I did my work here at my studio, and
Hmm.
then I bring my studio to other places, to other cities, and then record the voice of the other people. No, and
Wow.
that's the experience. So and then I do an interview, and yeah, it's a documentary, having fun with them, because I respect them so much, and I wanted to break, yeah, the door a little bit, shy at the beginning, but then at the end of the recording session, it was so fun with them, and that's what I record and what you're going to see in the next months.
So that documentary, is that like coming out through your website? Is it
Yeah,
on streaming platforms? Where can people see
streaming
that?
platform, and we are taking out. I think the streaming platforms is going to be at the end of the year,
Hmm.
but you're going to see that date in a month.
Fantastic. And with the shows coming up here stateside, is this the first time you've done a big tour like this in the States?
Yeah, first time. So I'm so nervous. I'm so anxious. I'm having all the sensations in one day, but I think uh, yeah, we have to do it for first time. And for me, 19 cities in the US, it's like surreal. It's like something dreamed, but now it's real, and I have to be there and with my band and enjoying all the trip, going uh, first time the East Coast, and then going up there, and then going through the West Coast. 19 cities. It's unbelievable for me. I know there's a lot of Latin people going there, but I want to see also the American crowd and having fun with us.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine you are getting your band, you guys are doing your rehearsals and stuff like
Yeah.
that to just be ready for the show. What can people expect at the show when they come? Like to Martyrs here in Chicago, beautiful place to see a show. Right in a really fun neighborhood. You can have any kind of food you want. Not, if you wanted to, explore different, you want Filipino food or Chinese food, Polish food. I don't think you've ever thought you would have Polish food before. Got a lot of
German.
Polish people in Chicago.
I know the German food, but not the Polish food. But I don't know the city, so I'm so excited to be there in Chicago. There's a lot of things to watch. I grew up looking for the basketball, the Chicago Bulls, and also the baseball, the Chicago Cubs. And I'm so excited to be there and maybe going through the stadiums. I don't know. I have a little bit of time at the morning, so to look around. But yeah, I'm so excited to be there and know the city in 1.5 days, I think. But I'll be there. I'll be there, and I'll be with my music. That's a dream come true, and I think that's the beginning of a good relationship with the city and the people that lives there.
Yeah, the neighborhood that Martyrs is in is not far from Wrigley Field where the Cubbies play. Just maybe like 2 miles, not far at all. Just down
Oh,
the towards
okay.
the lake, as we say in Chicago. And that neighborhood that it's in, it's a really great neighborhood. It's a lot of fun, a lot of food. Not far from downtown, and you're also not far from the United Center, where the Bulls play, which is just about, I don't know, 4 miles, kind of directly south of where you're going to be. So you can certainly walk over there. I'm sure they do stadium tours. You can see the big Michael Jordan statue, the Air Jordan one, that inside the atrium there. But even Wrigley Field, because baseball is starting up in a couple weeks. I think the Cubs are starting in Japan, and then they're coming back here. So Wrigley Field will be up and running, and they'll have the perhaps stadium tours for
That
when
would,
you're here.
that
But
would be great. And now I'm looking for my schedule, and I have one day off, and it will be in Chicago. So I have 2 days there to know the city, and of course I'm gonna be there at the Michael Jordan statue, and I will take my selfie.
yes, you do. Be sure, if you do have time, be sure to take an architectural tour
Okay.
along the Chicago River there, right downtown. It goes through all downtown. It's very. They teach you a lot about why the buildings are there, what kind of architects, and all that. But that's when you get here. But before you do get here, the show, what is it about? Like about 90 minutes, 60 minutes of just you wall to wall music with your band. How big's your band up on stage?
90 minutes, and now I have my band. We are six on the stage. We are percussion, drums, and bass and accordion. That is like the principal, the principal instrument in this
Hmm.
kind of music in vallenato, and it's like a happy instrument. When Camilo plays it, all the energy blows up. So I think you're gonna have fun. You're gonna be connected with the place you belong, and with the Latin community that is so big, and we have so many things in common that we are going to share that those emotions over there. And yeah, that's the show's all about: music, dancing, uh, falling in love,
All the emotions, right?
all emotions
Yeah,
in
I mean,
one night.
there's lots of folks from Mexico and Puerto Rico, big Puerto Rican population in Chicago. That's not far from ours in Humboldt Park. You know, a little village with the Mexican folks. That's where my mom kind of grew up. So uh,
Wow.
people want to get warm. They want to feel warm, especially in March in Chicago. And this sounds like the perfect way to do it.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Thank you for sharing all my what's going on with my career, with my music, and I think it's a really a big opportunity to start a relationship with the people from Chicago, and I think that's the first time I'm gonna be there, and we are so excited to be. To play for you, to have the experience to hear the Colombian power, the Colombian music, and yeah, to dance, to enjoy the night, and yeah, I'm so honored to have you también, to
Me
to be
too.
with you, to talk to you, and I hope you go with us. You go this night with us, and to enjoy the night with your family, with your mom too.
Yeah, you know what? I would love to come. This sounds like so much fun. And for folks that want to go, I know they can go to Martyrs and get some tickets on Martyrs. But what's the website you want people to know about you?
Well, it's simple. Gusi, GUSI.com.co. Yeah, from Colombia. And then you're going to see the banner, the Solo Tuyo Tour. And yeah, there are the tickets. And we can get there. We can meet each other before or after the show time, too. You have that possibility when you buy
Okay.
the ticket.
All that on the website. Martyrs on March 26th. Goosey, thank you so much for talking with me this afternoon. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tom, for having me. Thank you for your kind words, for the advices, and I'm gonna be there in Chicago. Uh, yeah, having fun too.
Looking forward to it.